Of summer. Welcome to Inspiring Wellness. I have a special guest with me today. Allie is back in the kitchen, and Allie's going to be here with me a lot during the summer.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. Her and I have talked about this. She is a busy, busy mom. She's also employed full-time as a teacher. So for all you teachers out there, you know what that means. That means like an 80-hour work week. Teachers work way more than most people realize. And so she is a busy, busy mom on summer break now. So I'm snagging her as much as I can during summer because I know from her and I being friends that she is just super creative in the kitchen, and her and I have talked. We share a lot in common about wanting to prepare healthy foods on a budget and fast.
Yes.
So
fast.
She speaks to my heart, everything that I love about cooking. And so she's back this month, and we're going to have her again throughout the summer. But this month, guys, we are talking structure. We talked structure last time, didn't we, Allie?
Yeah, because when you're busy, you have to plan. If you don't, you end up at McDonald's.
Exactly. We talked about that
Yeah.
the last time you were on the program. And now we're talking sort of a different kind of structure, because I know when my kids were little, when summer hit, I love that they were home, but I was always worried about, okay, are they just going to be eating junk all day long when I'm not watching or when I'm busy? You know, when they're in school, we have that sort of framework to work around.
Packing lunches, doing all that. We know what's happening.
Exactly. And then we're planning their meals, supper and things like that. But now here we are, they're home a lot. And what are we going to do to sort of encourage healthy snacking, healthy eating? So Allie is here to rescue us with that. Allie, what are you making for us today?
So I'm going to make some carrot French fries, because who doesn't love French fries?
Every kid loves French fries.
Yeah, so Ben does dip these in ketchup when he eats them. But he dips everything in ketchup. So.
Yeah.
Doesn't
no
matter
problem.
what it is. So carrot fries, because I really like carrots too. I love roasted carrots.
Okay.
So, and these are really easy because you can use whatever you have. So I'm using like carrot sticks, big ones that I'm cutting down. If you have baby carrots, cut them, in the middle and then in the middle again. Use what you have. But you can do these with any vegetable that you have. But we're doing carrot fries. I also like zucchini, and I feel like in the summer a lot of people grow the zucchini. You have a lot of it. You're like, what do I do with it?
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to do some zucchini with the same seasoning that I put in the fries, because like I said, I like zucchini. The kids really don't, but they'll eat the carrot fries.
Okay.
So it's something that makes everybody happy, easy to do.
So you're using big carrots, but I love that you said, you used a phrase that I love, use what you have.
Yes.
So you said this is kind of versatile. You're cutting up big carrots here, but like these. So if you like the bigger carrots, because they kind of have a different flavor, don't they? Bigger carrots have a different flavor than our oven's going off, so they're ready to go in the oven. But then the sort of the baby carrots, but it doesn't matter. We can use any kind of carrot that we have. So that is awesome. And one of the things that you're using as a foundation, I guess, for your seasoning is this.
Yes,
Is that
so
right?
Panko breadcrumbs. I love panko breadcrumbs because they stay crunchy. They don't get mushy, and you don't have to use a lot of them.
Okay.
So it helps if you want something to have that crunch. Use the panko.
Okay.
And I put maybe a quarter cup in there, so it's only 50 calories, and it's going to do all the carrots and the zucchini.
Wow. So this right here, quarter cup, is going to season a whole zucchini and a batch of carrot fries.
Yes.
So that is amazing. The other thing that I loved what you said early on, because I'm thinking, it's summer and the kids are always on the go. So they do want to run through those drive-thrus because why? Because they want fries.
Yes.
But you're telling me that the little man over there on my couch, who I adore, that little fella, loves carrot fries.
He does eat the carrot fries. Yeah, he likes them. He'll dip them in ketchup and just go right about his day.
Now, how old is Ben now?
He's 6.
So a 6-year-old boy eating carrot fries, right? So hopefully I can get my 19-year-old boy to eat carrot fries.
Hopefully.
We'll see if he's around when these come out of the oven. We will see if we can get him to try these. So what else goes in the seasoning?
So there is probably about a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. It's something that adds flavor. And again, use what you got. So that's what we put on spaghetti. But you could use actual like fresh Parmesan cheese, whatever you want to put on there. Okay. And that's what's nice is you can season these how you want. So mine has garlic powder, onion powder, some parsley, a little bit of chili powder just for a kick, and then so that's there.
I'm going to show everybody all these good seasonings.
And then turmeric. I love turmeric. We put it in so much stuff because it's an anti-inflammatory.
Allie. Yeah.
Which I love. So, yeah, we use turmeric a lot.
So this is your chili powder?
Yes.
Okay. So do you make your own chili powder? I know a lot of people. Me neither. Me neither, girl. I love that you said that. No, I don't.
My mom does. So
Does
sometimes
she?
I get some from her. But yeah, I don't.
I'm buying my chili powder.
I am.
I'm buying my Parmesan cheese like this. I'm doing all this. I love this.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if fresh Parm is on sale, I might, but as staples in my home, I can see myself having all of these. So if I had carrots, the kids wanted a snack, I don't have to worry that there's something in here I don't have.
Right. And you can, I mean, if you don't like garlic, don't put the garlic powder on it. If you don't want onion, don't put the onion powder. If you like something else, if you just want to do some seasoned salt, put some seasoned salt on there. However you want to do it, which I will put some salt and pepper on these too. I forgot to. Do you have salt and pepper?
Yeah.
I didn't bring that.
I do have salt and pepper.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, and garlic is and turmeric. That's about the extent of what we have around here. And garlic. But, I think those are the magic spices anyway.
Yes.
They do call turmeric the magic spice in the East.
You can get it like in a pill and take it like every day. But
it's
we just
so good for
put it in all our food. Dave puts it in his smoothies when he makes smoothies.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Smoothies, soups, sprinkle it on salad just like you would salt and pepper, because again, that anti-inflammatory property that it has there, and it has some disease fighting properties too.
Yes.
So it's just one of those things we're not getting enough of. So awesome. So that took you all of to chop up 2 large carrots. That took you all of like 2 minutes. That's a big batch of carrot fries that we're going to get there.
So that was like 4 large carrots. Yep.
Okay.
So
awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick, and then we'll just season it all up and get it in there.
Okay,
so my
perfect.
zucchini, I cut the top and bottom off.
Okay.
And then I'm just cutting it kind of in thicker wedges, just because if you don't, it tends to burn easily if it's too thin. So I just cut them up, like this, and then cut them in half. Which another way that Dan and I have been loving zucchini lately, it's going to sound kind of weird, is dicing it up, and then I use just a little bit of that Tony's Creole sealing, and a little bit of like powdered ranch seasoning, and it's so good because it's like ranch but spicy. There? While I'm cooking it, that's it. Just put it in the pan. A little bit of Creole, a little bit of ranch.
So almost like you stir fry it,
I just cube it up, put it in there, cook it, and we just eat it like that.
Wow. So here's one thing that you said too, Allie, because I mean, embarking on summer, we know that many people. I'm looking around like out back here, and basically every single neighbor that I have around me has a garden, and I think most everybody grows almost the same thing, because we grow what works around here. And around here, you're going to get tomatoes, you're going to get zucchini, you're going to get eggplant, you're going to get peppers. Like those are like the easiest things to grow. So at the end of the summer or midsummer, we're going to have all this zucchini, and now we've got something else we can do with it other than just... So tell me, you had said before we went live, there was something else I think that you do with the zucchini that you like with was it the ranch seasoning we were talking about?
Maybe. Well, I like it like this, and I just sprinkle that on there, and it makes it crunchy. I got the idea because Olive Garden used to do zucchini, and I loved it, and they don't do it anymore. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna figure out how to do it myself.
So you make this together.
So I just did like probably a little less than a tablespoon of olive oil in the bag, because I do things in a Ziploc bag, so I throw it away because I don't like doing dishes.
I love her.
Saves time. So, and I love olive oil, but you can use whatever kind of oil you want.
Okay.
But olive oil, it's anti-inflammatory, it's got antioxidants. It's just really good, healthy fat. So if you're going to use oil, I feel like it's a good one, but I know some people don't like it.
Yeah.
But for me, I like it. So I'm going to take this and I just pour it right in there.
So pour the panko breadcrumbs in a baggie. I love this.
Makes
This
it easy.
is so simple.
And then I'm going to zip it up.
We're going to mix those up together.
Shake it around.
Wow. This is so fun too because they bake for all of about what, 15 minutes?
But if you don't want to use your oven, put them in the air fryer. I've done that too. So like last night, our whole meal was air fryer and pressure cooker because I did not want to turn on the oven and I didn't have time.
Wow.
So everything was in the air fryer and the pressure cooker.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
All right. So I just dump these out into the pan. I usually do parchment, but I forgot because sometimes they'll stick a little bit, not too bad. But I just put those out on the pan. Spread them out a little.
So now, Allie, you have 2 boys, very busy boys. Something like this, snacks like this, how long will this last? You know, if you have some leftovers, are they going to eat those?
We normally don't have leftovers
Okay.
because whatever they don't eat, I do because I love them.
Yeah.
But typically I just make this for a meal.
Okay.
Like as a side for a meal.
Okay.
So it does the whole meal. Sometimes we have a little bit left over, and then I'm usually snacking on them as I put them away. So
I would
there's
be doing
not
that's
much
me too.
left.
Well, and that's the thing about snacking on something like this. I feel like, okay, I don't have to feel guilty if I'm eating off my kiddos' plates
Yep.
like I so often do. I mean, they're older now. I probably don't do that as much. But I do remember the day when we were sitting in McDonald's and they were too busy playing and we're getting ready to leave. And I find myself munching on all their fries because I don't want to
You don't
throw
wanna
them
waste.
away. And here I'm like, it doesn't matter. We can, and these stay crunchy, like you said, with the panko
The
breadcrumbs.
panko stays crunchy. Yep. So I just sprinkled what was left on the zucchini of the seasoning and sprinkled a little more on the fries, and we're gonna put them in the oven.
That is awesome. And I'm going to say, hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
So I do, and like I said, I like very little dishes. So as much as I can get on the pan, that's what I do.
This is great. This is great. So talk to us, Allie, about like, you know, being a teacher, now it being summer, you are a woman of structure. I know that. Like you like
Yes,
structure.
I
That's
do.
why you make such an amazing teacher because you love structure and
thank you.
planning. So how do you plan? What's different about planning in the summer? Like how do you meal plan in the summer? Because I know a lot of people have a hard time with that. Like I never know where I'm going to be. So how can I meal plan?
So I kind of take the same approach that I do in the school year because in the summer we do baseball. Both boys are doing baseball. Levi does basketball. So you just have to, again, plan ahead. So I try to do things that I know I can either do quickly. Like last night, we did green beans and potatoes and steak. So I did the steak in the air fryer.
Okay.
Just cut it up. It cooks in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And then the green beans and the potatoes in the pressure cooker, put them in there. You don't have to think about it. Like you can do it and move on. So I try to plan ahead or do things that I know we can eat multiple nights. Like Sunday afternoon, I had time to cook. So we made tacos and then I used the rest of the ground beef and made skyline. So I just plan ahead so that then if you don't have time to cook that night, you're like, okay, well, wait, we can eat what's in the fridge and just try to plan healthy things.
Yeah.
You know, with the tacos, the boys like to eat them wrapped up. Sometimes we'll eat them wrapped up. Sometimes we'll eat them on a salad. So you have options. So I just try to make sure that I have a lot of healthy options there, like salad, lots of vegetables. You know, for my taco, I sauteed onions and peppers, and I eat more onions and peppers than meat. But just for me, it's just all about the planning ahead and making sure I have stuff on hand.
Yeah.
So we like to have a lot of fruits and vegetables in the summer just because it's available and it's good.
Yeah.
So I just try to find things that I can do with that.
Yeah. I think so many things you said there just like resonate with me. Like just trying to keep, you are busy and you are in the car a lot, you are running around a lot, and you know, if you know there's something back at home, and it's a financial thing for me too, like
Yes, it's so expensive.
It is
To eat
like,
out, it's a crazy.
yeah, like Emmy was out last night with some friends and they stopped to eat, and I'm always like, how much did you spend? How much money did you bring home? Blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm like, well, where'd you go? Chipotle. How much did you spend? $14.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah, for
that's
one person.
crazy.
And that's Levi's favorite place.
I know. I'm like, girl, I hope you ate it all. And she's like, I did, you know. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you don't know you have something at home,
Yes.
they can sway you. They can be like, Mom, there's nothing at home.
Yes.
Come on.
Yep.
But if you know there's something back there, then you're like, nope, you know. And like you with the air fryer, we have our Ninja over there. We definitely use that a lot. But in the
Yes.
summer, what I like to do, even with like the peppers and the onions, I like to take, and I don't do this all the time, but I love to do this. I like to get like a big 3-pound bag of chicken breast.
Yes.
You know, I want to get it all out, just like you said, maybe a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday night. I want to make it real thin, because when you cook those big fat chicken breasts, they cook uneven.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yes.
But if you pound them out, make them nice and flat, I can get a whole big 3-pound bag on the
Yes.
grill, along with some mushrooms and onions.
Yes.
Then stick that in the fridge. And like you said, we've got grilled chicken. We've got strips for salad or wraps or even tacos.
Yes. So something that I love, if you go to Kroger, like I do Kroger delivery now because it saves me time.
And money. I think it
Yes.
saves you money,
Well,
because
yeah.
when you're in the store, how much more do you spend?
A lot
I
more.
tell people all the time, I do Boost and it saves me so much money,
Yes, it
because
does.
I'm not headed back to the clearance. I'm not,
Right.
I'm just getting what is on my list. Plus you get double points for
Yes.
gas.
Saving money on gas.
Yeah.
But if you do go in, like I always go over to the bagged salad section because they have all of those chopped salads, and Levi loves those. Like they're his favorite thing. So, and a lot of times they'll clearance them out. So
They
I
do
got
quickly.
2 family-sized ones for $1.80 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
We already had grilled
Yeah.
chicken, so you throw some of that. It's an easy dinner. Grilled chicken salads.
It is.
So
It is. And I said this one time, and I've done this occasionally, when you're in that produce aisle, you know, and you see somebody stocking, ask them. Ask them, say, what day of the week do you start marking this stuff down? Because they know. They
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's on a schedule. They know. So when they come in and start marking that down, you know you can get there. I've seen people too with their carts. They'll share it in our private
Oh,
Facebook
yeah.
page.
Yeah.
They'll be like, look at all the clearance I got.
Yes.
But yeah,
I
we
love
love
the deal.
those chopped salads as well. So okay, so you're planning ahead, and
Yes.
so that would be step number 1. And even just like if it helps you to think of it this way, just think ahead. You know, there's that saying: if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. And then for us too, like trying to find healthy snacks for the kids, because sometimes they do want a snack, and sometimes, you know, yesterday Ben and I spent 3 hours in his room, totally cleaning it out, organizing, and he's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, okay, just go get something to eat and then come back up. So trying to have healthy things for them to eat. So we try to keep lots of fruit, because they do like fruit. So apples and oranges, things that they can just grab, yogurt. Sometimes we'll do like the granola bars that are like the lower in sugar. So just easy snacks that you don't feel bad if you're like, okay, just go grab a snack.
Yes.
So things like that just make it a little easier for me to not have to get up and get them something.
Exactly. That's the other thing too, like, because there is going to be some, we're running around free. Sometimes they don't even end up eating a meal because they're outside playing and they're running around. So knowing what you have in the house and feeling good about that. I love that. You also said, and this is so true, we really don't have an excuse in the summer to not buy the fruits and vegetables.
No, they're so good. They're everywhere. Everywhere. So just get what you like. If you like corn on the cob, get corn on the cob. If you like tomatoes, eat tomatoes. You can do all kinds of stuff with anything.
Yeah. And they're typically on sale because they're in season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've also learned with my kids through the ages that it might take a minute for those moms and dads out there. I don't know, are either of yours picky eaters?
There's have certain things that they don't like, but they both like, neither one of them really care for zucchini. Neither one of them wants to eat Brussels sprouts, which Dan and I love too.
Me too.
But for the most part, I can usually find something that they'll eat veggie wise. So like that's like I said, like we do this. Dan and I like zucchini. The kids don't, so we make them carrots. Everybody's happy.
Right.
But they're picky about some things.
Yeah.
Levi won't eat cheese. He's kind of weird.
Okay. Just, yeah. For the picky eaters out there though, like I would say, I know from my own experience, it takes a minute, but also they'll eat what's in the house eventually.
Yeah, so Levi used to not really want to eat onions and peppers or tomatoes. The other day when I was cutting up the onions and peppers for the tacos that we did, he was over there standing next to me talking, just eating bell pepper strips and eating onions. And I'm just going,
what?
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep cutting these up and you just keep eating as many as you want.
Yeah, because they do, eventually that was definitely true with kind of trying to cleanse, I guess, our pantry of chips and sugary cereals. We didn't just take it all out at once and just say, that's it. I just started transitioning, especially with the cereal. I just stopped bringing in the sugary cereals. And I'm like, well, if you want cereal, that's what's there.
Yeah,
and now, Jonah will even say, my favorite cereal is plain Cheerios with bananas. That's his absolute favorite. Now, you're talking about somebody who, years ago, it was Lucky Charms and Reese Puffs and all of those things. Yeah. So, and we are the same. Don't you think we're the same?
Yeah, it's a habit. Like, you crave it because you always eat it, but eventually it gets out of your system and you start craving other things.
Exactly. So be encouraged about that. You're embarking on summer. Begin to plan ahead. Take Allie's tip about, making multi-use of the ground beef. I love doing that. Yes. Cooking up a lot, a bigger bag of, make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, just use what you have.
And use what you have. I love that. The panko breadcrumbs, I think, should be a staple for most people, though, don't you?
It's good, even like you said, when you pound your chicken breast out flat, if you just put a little bit on there, it's a little bit of crunch. Like if you want some fried chicken, it's not fried chicken, but it is a little bit more crunchy if you sprinkle some of that on there and bake it in the oven. It's good. Yeah. Or put it in the air fryer. Yeah. It's really delicious.
Well, and just along the lines of fried chicken, we used to be like, and I'm not going to say that I never want fried chicken, but truly, just like with your kids, with you too, the healthier you eat, the more you develop an aversion to some of those things that you shouldn't be eating. So sometimes I do take a look at fried chicken now and I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
Well, you just look at it and you're like, okay, like it's going to taste good, but it's going to make me feel terrible. And I just don't want that. It's going to make me feel terrible.
Yes.
So to me, it's not worth it. Like, so we went to Kings Island on the school field trip, and I never drink soda, hardly ever. Like, every once in a while I might have a Diet Coke, but I don't typically drink soda. So Levi and I shared because a drink is like $6. So he wanted Coke. So I drank like probably about this much Coke. I felt terrible for like an hour and a half. It was awful. I'm like, why? I should have just drank some water. Why did I do that? I should not have drank it.
Isn't it the truth? Yeah.
So your body really does change quickly.
It does. It does. And it tells you when it feels good and if you are eating things that you should be eating. It tells you. We don't give our body, I don't think, the opportunity to speak to us. So, and we always, we'll just attribute it to something else. Well, my stomach hurts because I'm stressed or, something like that. We don't pay attention to the fact that we just ate all this, fatty fried food and that might have something to do with it. And we did it at 11 o'clock at night as well.
And then went to bed.
And then went straight to bed.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so back to kind of, because I really want to encourage just, the moms and caregivers and dads out there about the summer and about, just creating an environment, because I think kids can learn a lot. We can learn a lot too, but they can learn a lot over the summer about eating healthy for life, because you're creating habits now that they will carry into their future and into their lives. So when you talk about like the healthy snacks and healthy sides and healthy eating, what about when they're like not with you, when they're out with friends and how much are you concerned, Allie, about things that they're eating when you're not around?
A little bit, because obviously, they're kids.
Yeah.
Like Ben went to the concession stand with my dad at a baseball game and came back with Mountain Dew and Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
right,
it happens. But you don't feel as bad if you know when they are with you, you're giving them healthy things.
Right.
But also I feel like something that we concentrate on is not talking about like good food and bad food, or that food's going to make you fat, or that food has too many calories. Okay. We just talk about like that food is not good for your body. Like something like this, it's got vitamins, it's got nutrients, it's got protein, your body needs it, it'll help you with muscles. Like with Ben, we talk about, if you'll drink some milk, it'll help you with muscles. It's got vitamin D. So we try to focus more on that, like the good things that these foods do for you, and the bad things that other foods do for you. Like what sugar does to your body, how it can make you feel bad, how it can give you cavities, how it can, all the things that it can do. Right. So we try to focus on the good and bad choices, and hopefully it'll stick and they'll make good choices when they're not with us.
So important, because there is a difference between inflicting guilt and shame on your child and on yourself.
Yeah.
On yourself too.
Yes.
Because let's face it, what happens when we feel guilty about what we're eating? What do we typically do? Eat more of it.
Yeah.
I'm
already doing it. Might as well keep going.
Exactly. So it spirals out of control. It's going to be the same with your kids or your loved ones. I think what you said is so wise. It's about education. It's not about, certainly, I've always tried to, just because of my own upbringing and what I felt like subconsciously, I don't think anybody ever tried to tell me, oh, I guess people did say, yeah, you'll get fat if you keep eating like that. I think they did say that. But I don't think anyone ever purposely, tried to hurt my feelings. But I have a heightened awareness of this now. And I just really want to encourage moms and caregivers out there. What Allie said could not be more wise. It's so, please don't, first of all, don't get too hung up on what they're doing out of your sight. Yes. What they do within the realm of your structure is what's going to stick with them, right? That is what they are going to remember. That is what they're going to hang on to. You are still the number one person they look up to for guidance and direction. So don't, because I used to get nervous about like, oh gosh, what are they going to, is this all going to fall apart when they're gone? No, it's not. No, it's not. But to educate them on, like Allie, I can't say it any better than she did, the health benefits of these great foods that you are giving them. Do not concentrate on how bad that is, and definitely educate on the negative effects of sugar and what it can do. But it's never about guilt and shame. Guilt and shame will always be from the devil. It's not, God is a God of encouragement. He is a God of exhortation. He is a God of love. And so it's so important, I think, especially with food, that we do that with our kiddos in love.
And you can talk about that too. Like, these are the foods God made, so these are what are good for us. He made these for us to eat. And I found too, like when we've grown a garden and done things, my kids have been more willing to eat stuff that they maybe wouldn't because they grew it and they're excited about it.
Yeah.
So that's something else. If you haven't done a garden yet, even just a little pot.
Yes, do
grow
that.
Something.
Start that young too, because I'm trying to get my 15-year-old out in my garden, and she's like, Mom. But I'm like, come on, I'll let you have your own tomato plants.
We're gonna give them about 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes.
Can I share one of my snacks that I like while we're waiting?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I love salt and vinegar chips, and if you don't like or if you don't like chips, they also do salt and vinegar almonds, which are a little better than the chips, and they are good. And I joke with Miss Bates because she really likes them too. So she
does?
Yeah, she likes the salt and vinegar almonds. So she'll like text me from the grocery store and say, I just got the last 2. You're not getting any.
I love salt and vinegar chips.
Yes. So
what do we have here?
I have a cucumber. And cucumber, I'm going to be honest, is not one of my favorite things to eat. I never really have liked it. But since I've started doing this, I will eat an entire cucumber in a day.
Ooh, they're so good for you too. Cucumbers are good for your skin, your hair, your nails. So I'm super excited about these.
So I would really just cut up a whole cucumber.
Okay.
And then I would usually put it in a bowl. I'm just going to lay them out like this. Put them in a bowl. But you can get at Buffalo Wild Wings, they sell salt and vinegar wing seasoning. So it's just a powdered seasoning.
Look, y'all. Salt and vinegar seasoning. I've never seen salt and vinegar seasoning.
It's so good. So if you like salt and vinegar, you will love this. So I just sprinkle it on the cucumbers and I eat them that way. So then I don't want the salt and vinegar chips because it satisfies that craving.
I need to try this.
So it's one of my favorite snacks in the summer. I'll sit at the baseball field with a Tupperware container and a fork, and I just sit there and eat the cucumbers.
Because know this, your palate craves texture, right? So when you want something crunchy, you're not going to get the satisfaction if you eat something creamy. So what I love about what you're doing here is we're not losing the crunch.
No.
Because there's still crunch in a cucumber, just like a chip.
So then
So I can dig in. Okay.
Get a little bit of tang, and you can do more or less, but
That's so good. Yeah. Oh, that makes me so happy because I love chips.
So but you could do this with any seasoning that you want. If you like barbecue, find some barbecue rub that you put on there, sprinkle it on some cucumbers, and eat them.
So barbecue on cucumbers.
I haven't tried it, but I was thinking about that this morning. Like, because they sell all those barbecue rubs that you can make, like the pre-season. I bet you could put some of that on there and be like a barbecue chip.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm serious. This is so good. Okay, so you know me. It's all about the money too. How much is this?
I feel like maybe $5.
Okay.
It's not bad, but like you don't use that much. So like I bought that. I bought that like last July. You can see how much is still in there because it doesn't take much.
No, well think about this though. $5 for this, okay? So I'm talking to somebody out there who goes, oh, that's kind of high. I only pay $1 for my, garlic powder or whatever. Hear me out. You're going to go to Kroger or whatever grocery store and you're going to spend $3 on a bag of salt and vinegar chips. You're going to eat them all and you're going to feel guilty. This is going to last you through about 20 bags of salt and vinegar chips with cucumbers that cost 2 for $1 when they're in season. So we are saving money. This is so good. These are going to be so good in the summer.
Yes, it really is one of my favorite snacks.
Wow, I love that.
All right, so I'm gonna.
So not even a whole lot of sodium, considering, because you got to figure this is salt and vinegar. So not a whole lot of sodium.
No, it's got
5 calories.
And it's for half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon. So half a tablespoon would do an entire cucumber, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
that's one of my favorite
What
snacks.
A great idea. There's you're going to love the carrot fries too, but dang, if you get nothing else out of this.
Yeah. But you can put it on tomatoes because people do like tomato salads with onions and cucumbers and tomatoes. Put it on your tomato salad.
Oh, tomatoes. Tell them we sent you. Julie and Allie.
Yes.
Don't buy them all though because I'm heading up there.
Oh, it's
so can you get this in the store or do you have to go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
I have not been able to find it in the store, but you just go up there to the counter where you get your takeout orders.
Yeah.
Ask them and they'll just ring you up and buy it. So if you
I'm
go to
legit
Buffalo
going there.
Wild Wings a lot, you actually can get that with your reward points. Like it's one of the options with once you get enough, so you can get it for free if you go there a lot.
All right, folks. If you got your rewards, go redeem them. Get you some salt and vinegar seasoning.
Which, speaking of salt, do you have some
Oh,
salt?
I do.
I'm going to sprinkle it on the carrot fries and we'll be ready to go.
Salt.
So I'm going to salt them a little.
Oh, is it coming out there good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so excited about these. Now, I'll be real honest. I've diced carrots and sliced carrots and put them in the oven, but I've not seasoned them like this. So I am so sure that these are going to be better than mine.
Probably.
So I cannot wait.
Well, probably not, but they'll probably be okay.
Oh, I'm digging right in.
So I like them.
Oh, that is so good. That's almost got like a sweetness to it too. So it's almost like a sweet and salty. Is the sweet coming from the panko, you think?
I think the carrots are just sweet. When you roast carrots, they do get sweet.
Oh, you guys. You'll never need to hit another drive-thru for French fries again. The crunch is so good.
They have less carbs than sweet potato fries. So if you do like sweet potato fries, they're a little healthier than the sweet potato fries. But sweet potatoes are a good option too.
Yeah.
My kids do not care for those. I love them.
So yeah, because it's a little starchier. But I'm wondering too, I mean, could you make regular fries like that too with just a russet baked potato?
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could.
So there's so many options. Now I know you use this as a side, but honestly, like I'm thinking I'm gonna make I want to bake some of these up and just have them to snack on.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can make like your own ranch dip, like with some Greek yogurt. You can make your own healthier ranch dip too if you like carrots and ranch.
Yeah.
So that's always a good option too.
I do.
So use that Greek yogurt because it's tangy.
That was good. And zucchini is juicy. It just dripped all over, but so worth it. Listen, you can't afford. If somebody's watching and they say, I can't afford to lose weight, can't afford all that food, all this cost about $2, right? Mm-hmm. You can't afford not to.
No.
Especially if you have kids or you are a caretaker for kids. Let's leave them a legacy. I love what you said, Allie, of, eating the foods God designed them to eat.
Because he knows what's best for us. So he gave us all the things that we need.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How fun. How fun. So we got carrot fries, sweet or salt and vinegar, cucumbers, roasted zucchini. We're set. And you can be too. Just make sure you pick up the panko breadcrumbs, some salt,
Chili powder,
turmeric, the garlic, and do not forget your...
No, that is so good.
That is the best. Awesome. Well, thank you, Allie. Thank you so much for being
welcome.
here
Thank you for
today.
having me.
I love it. I love
can't wait
it.
to come back next month.
I can't wait either. So Allie will be back at the end of next month where we might be doing, I don't know, Allie, can we do something 4th of July-ish?
I think we can, yeah.
That'd be
that's a
fun.
good idea.
Yeah, so right in time for all the big summer grill outs, but you are set with snacks and sides. Don't feel stressed about what the kids or you are going to be eating throughout the summer. We have got you covered.